So we're going to start off in the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, because this devil, he is watching everything and anyone through his technology, all right? Whether it's, once again, your smartphones, smart TVs, your laptops, your computers, so on and so forth. They have microphones. They have built-in microphones, might I add. All right. That's why you can press a certain button on your smart TV, and the TV will start listening to what you're saying. So you think that setting is always going to be off? You think that they're not listening in on what you're saying? Your smartphones have a built-in microphone. Why is that? All right. Same thing for the smart TVs. Same thing for your computers and laptops. Because he wants to be a god. That's why you go into these different stores. You have the security cameras everywhere. All right. You have security cameras on certain of the highways and streets. So everything is being monitored. And right above us, you have what? Satellites. All right. So they're monitoring the whole earth. And the great movie that shows you that is the movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith. And it shows you how Esau, his technology, which he had all the way back then, can be used to track any and anyone, every and anyone. All right. Because Will Smith, he was trying to run, but the government was using these different forms of technology like the satellites and such to track him down. All right. How much more for more than 15, maybe even 20 years past when that movie was released? How much more has this technology advanced? You see? And that's all part of Esau's God complex. Because through his technology, he believes that he's reached the state of being a god. All right? Ezekiel 28:1. The word of Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus. The prince of Tyrus is a metaphor for Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI power. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI power, because thine heart, meaning your mind, is lifted up, meaning you're proud. Obadiah 1:3. And thou hast said, I am a god. He believes that he's a god. He has a God complex. If he can't do it through physical means, he'll do it by way of his technology. A great example. Esau, he's not physically able to have eyes on everybody all at the same time. He's not a god. So what does he try to do? He tries to get around that hindrance, all right, by way of using this technology. That's why everyone has a smartphone. Everyone has a smart TV. Everyone has smart watches. Everyone has a smart this or a smart that. Technology. That's why within certain of these newer cars, you can use a certain setting on your car in order for you to, like if you hold a certain button, you can speak to your car, which is connected to your phone, and then you can make certain calls. All right. You can do certain things through the voice recognition software that links from your car to your phone. So you think they're not listening to your conversations? He believes that he is a god. You see? Now the scripture says in the book of Proverbs, it speaks about the eyes of the Lord. Let's grab that. Because once you wrap your head around this, oh, really? You know? Then you start understanding how deep this all runs and how much this devil, the so-called white man, seeks and deeply desires to be a god, to be the Most High. All right? This is the book of Psalms, or rather Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, which are whom? The angels are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So the angels are in every single place. All right? Beholding both the evil and good. They see it all. Now Esau, he can't physically do that. All right? So what is he doing? He's using this technology. All right? His technology, the same ones that's within your households. He's using that as his eyes and his ears to see and know everything that you're doing. All right? He also has his satellites up there. You see? So he wants to do the same thing, which the Most High, he sees all and knows all. All right? He sees all and knows all. He doesn't need to use the angels to know what you're doing. But that's just how the Lord YAHAWASHI chose to set it up. Boy, having angels seeing everything that goes on and reporting back to him. He can do that. He is the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. He can do that. But he already knows and sees everything that's going on anyways. But Esau, he wants to be the same. And he wants to reach and do that, reach that state, by way of using this technology. This is Sirach of the Apocrypha. Chapter 39 and verse let's start at 15. Magnify his name, shows you the importance of the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips, and with harps, and in praising him ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For at time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment the waters stood as an heap, and at the word of his mouth the receptacles of waters. Talking about the power of the Most High. Yahweh through his son Yahawashi. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. The works of all flesh are before him. So he knows what everyone is doing, the Most High. He knows what everyone is doing and everything that you're thinking. And nothing can be hid from his eyes. Now Esau, the so-called white man, he wants to do this same thing. He wants to know the works of all flesh. He wants to know everything that you're doing. He doesn't want anything to be hid from his eyes. He wants to do that. It says he seeth from everlasting to everlasting, meaning the Most High sees all and he knows all. And there is nothing wonderful before him. The Most High sees and knows everything. You see? But what does the so-called white man want to do? He wants to do and be able to do the same thing. He thinks he's a god. He wants to be a god. Ezekiel 28. And that begins with these international bankers, not these Joe Schmoes you see out here. These Chloes and Joe and Schmo. No, we're talking about the elites, the international bankers. Son of man. Verse Ezekiel 28, I'll start at 1 again. The word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, the so-called white man, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai power, because thine heart is lifted up. One of the reasons his heart is so lifted up is because of his technology, all right? His satellites, his microchip. The microchip is another means for him to track you, you see? Because you can always throw your phone out. You can always get rid of your technology. All right? You can always do those different things when all hell breaks loose. But if there's a chip in an individual, it follows you everywhere you go because it's a part of you now. You see? Because thine heart is lifted up, you're proud. And thou hast said, I am a god. He believes he's a god. I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas. Yeah, the seas represent the people. Revelation, the 17th chapter. Yet thou art a man and not the Most High. See? Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, you're going to be found out to be nothing but a man. All right? When Yahawashi returns and destroys your kingdom, destroys your society, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, is going to sit you down. And only then will you realize that you ain't a god. You're just a man. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. Through what? Through his technology. All right? His satellites, space stations. All right? Smartphones, jets, fighter jets. All right? Laptops and computers, satellites. All right? Those are different forms of Esau's technology. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Yeah, because you search things out. All right? Let's jump from there to the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Isaiah 14 and verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, meaning you so-called white man, beginning with you international bankers, this is what you've said within your mind. I will ascend into heaven. Yeah, he's done that. He's ascended into heaven. He has his space stations, his spacecraft. He's ascended up into the heavens. I will exalt he also has his space stations. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. Yeah. All right. Because he has his space stations, his satellites and such. all right, his spacecraft, and also the stars of the Most High also represents the people of the Lord, the Israelites. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, that's the nation of Israel, and the sides of the north, that's North America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. He's done that. His jets, his planes, his space stations. All right. He has something called the Space Force now. This is all going into his technology. I will be like the Most High. You see? He wants to be like the Most High. He has a God complex. You see? Let's jump from there to the book of Psalm. Let me type this in. Slakia. Psalm 17 and verse 10. They are enclosed in their own fat. Talking about these devils. You know what? Let me start up. Psalm 17 and 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked, that's the so-called white man, that oppress me. We're being oppressed. And not only are we being oppressed, but the so-called white man sees that the nation of Israel is being oppressed. And yet, what is he doing? He's saying, oh, well, you've got your reparations. You know what they mean by, you know what I mean by that? They said that your reparations was them giving you the jab. That is your reparations. They even had the nerve to say that them giving you the stimmy, that is a form of your reparations. Are you kidding me? You're giving me fiat currency, fake money. And meanwhile, the prices of everything is going up. Check out the gas prices. Check out the prices within the stores. Everything is going up. You see? But Jake is happy because they got the stimmy, singing the stimulus check song. Meanwhile, prices are going up. Rent is going up. All right? Gas is going up. But Jake don't see that. And they're getting ready to collapse this economy, to do away with this dollar. That's why they keep giving you all this money. You got to think to yourself, where in the world are they getting all this money? If America is in debt, where are they getting this money from? Think about it. From the wicked that oppress me. We're being oppressed. And the point I was going to make before was, not only are we being oppressed, but they see you being oppressed. And guess what? They wink at it. They gloss over. Oh, you're not going through anything. Oh, you're fine. That's what the scriptures say. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. We're being oppressed, but the so-called white man don't want to admit that he's the one oppressing you. He doesn't feel any type of remorse or penitence or sorrow or seek to comfort the nation of Israel that is being oppressed. Instead, he'll tell you that, oh, you're fine. You could get a job. Here it is. We could get a job, but the whole world was made for our sakes. You see? We're the princes of the power of the Most High. All right? We're YAHAWAH, the Israelites. We shouldn't be working. That's why the scripture said, I have seen servants upon the horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth, roughly paraphrasing the scriptures in Ecclesiastes. Esau, the so-called white man, he's upon a horse. He's in the position of power. All right? And we are the ones that are in a low state. The princes walking as servants upon the earth, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. It's everything. The roles have been reversed. From the wicked that oppressed me. This was a psalm of whom? David. During King David's time, he wasn't being oppressed. King David was getting down, getting busy on Esau and these other nations. So this is a prophetic psalm. That's why the scriptures in the book of Acts calls King David a king, both a king and a prophet. This is King David prophesying. From the wicked, Esau, Malachi 1 and 4, that oppress me. We're being oppressed. From my deadly enemies. Who's that? The so-called white man. He is not his blessing the sword, who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat, meaning they're doing lovely. They're doing good. They got money. They're living in the best places. All right? They got the best jobs, wear the best suits. Especially these international bankers. They're living good. So much so that they think they're never going down. Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. Yeah, they are the wicked. And one of the characteristics of the wicked is that they're proud. In the dream that I had, it referred to the the international bankers as the unrighteous ones. All right? Who are the righteous ones? The nation of Israel. Who are the unrighteous ones? The Edomites. Because there's a balance. One nation was created to be the vessel unto honor, the other to be the vessel unto dishonor. All right? Romans the 9th chapter. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. Yeah. That's why everything is under surveillance. They're watching you through your technology. They know where you're going. They know what you're doing. All right? That's why certain ads, even when you go on YouTube, you got certain ads popping up from what you were looking up on Google, popping up on your YouTube account, because it's all connected. They want to be like the Most High. They put certain commercials on for you in front of your on YouTube. Certain commercials when you're watching, different things on certain websites, different ads that'll pop up, because they're trying to influence your way of thinking. He wants to be a god. They have now compassed us in our steps. Yeah, they're watching us through their satellites. That's why they want to chip everybody. They want to survey everybody. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. What's that? That's their technology. Their satellites, an example. Everything is all linked up to those satellites, because that's where you get that internet from, the feed horn. All right? Everything is connected to the IoT, the Internet of Things. And Esau, the so-called white man, wants you connected to the Internet of Things. And not just you, but everyone. All right? He wants you connected to the Internet of Things by way of receiving the RFID microchip, which is indeed the mark of the beast. Yeah, everyone has a smartphone, but he wants to put technology physically and literally inside of you. All right? These devils, they're proud. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, arise, O Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI. Disappoint him. The Most High Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI is going to disappoint you, devils. Cast him down. You're going to physically be casted down when Yahawashi makes his grand return. Because it says in the book of Obadiah, the 1st chapter. Let's grab that. Obadiah 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Talking about you, so-called white man. One of the reasons that you're so proud is because you have all this technology. You think you're never going down. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, he calls himself Caucasian, which means cave dweller, whose habitation is high. That's these skyscrapers. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, you think he ain't never going down. Who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That represents America, which who rules over America? Esau, beginning with these international bankers. Sit on the ground. So it's Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI is going to make you devils sit on the ground. You're going to be taken out of power when Yahawashi returns and destroys your society. There is no throne, meaning no more America. O daughter of the Chaldeans, that's America. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Yeah, America ain't what it used to be. All right? O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. When America goes down, that's synonymous with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, coming down out of power. Esau, these other nations, beginning with the so-called white man. Because Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Let's go back to Psalm 17. Psalm 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, disappoint him, cast him down. Who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI is going to cast you down. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right, when he's going down quickly, which he is going down quickly. Deliver my soul from the wicked, that's the so-called white man, which is thy sword. Yeah, because he's the sword of the Most High, but on the left-hand side. Let's jump from there back to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Because there is a judgment. Here it is, he's surveying everybody, he's watching everything that you're doing. You know, got his technology, which I believe they even say they have cameras inside of smart TVs. You know, even on the news they tell you, hey, you got to cover up your face camera, your face cam. You got to cover that up on your computer because there's different individuals that can hack in there and watch what you're doing. How much more for the so-called white man, these international bankers? How much more for them? I had a dream a while back. It was like in the office type setting, and there was a bunch of Edomites behind little cubicles. And you know what they were doing? They were watching videos that brothers was doing on YouTube, and they were, striking channels, flagging channels, so on and so forth, in a big old office, just striking and flagging channels. So you got individuals that are literally, their job is to watch what we're doing, all right? To watch what you're doing, to strike your channel, to get your channel removed. Isaiah 14 in verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet, so even though you think like this, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Thou shalt be brought down to hell, meaning what? You're going to be brought into slavery, all right? To the sides of the pit, yeah, because you're going to be literally gathered up into a literal pit. Isaiah the 24th chapter. So you could be shackled up, all right? Rather, you're already going to be shackled up, but that you may be brought, all right, in shackles, all right, to serve out your captivity, your slavery. And the first job of you devils is going to be to go around to bury the dead bodies, all right? That's going to be left from World War III. You're going to be going around burying dead bodies, putting down flags where there's dead bodies and such. You're going to be doing that. They that see thee, this is in the kingdom, shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, they're going to be mocking you in the kingdom. This guy, this little worm, right, this insignificant little, these nations, Esau, these other nations, all right, Slakia, that was Satan. These other nations are going to mock Esau, the so-called white man, when he's taken out of power. You was the reason the earth was like this? You're the reason? You? Because they're going to see Esau being brought down to a very, 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 very low state. All right? That's why the scriptures say that he shall have no name in the streets. Esau is going to be a big old nobody in the kingdom. Even a worm is going to be over Esau. Even an ant is going to be over the so-called white man in the kingdom of heaven. All right? He's the lowest of lows. So though he's exalted himself, YAHAWASHI is going to abase him. All right? So, Esau, he can continue on. He can, use his technology as he so pleases. But YAHAWASHI is coming back to destroy Esau and to revoke his power. And we're going to actually close out in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. Because his technology has made him proud. It's made him wax proud. But guess what? His end is coming. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and verse 24, then cometh the end of the so-called white man being in power, the end of his rulership, the end of his pride. I got all this technology. I can see everybody. I can do anything. You see? Then cometh the end. That's when the end of all that's going to take place. When he, that's Yahushua, shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, which his name is Yahweh, even the Father, when he, that's Yahushua, shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. And notice it says put down. Did not Esau say, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yahushua is coming back to put you down, all right? To take you out of power, to revoke your rulership and your authority and your power, all right? So with that, all praises, honors, and glories be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, QADASH. The Melanish, some elders, my apostles, a very millstone that do any real well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the elect, the unflected, the one-third. With that being said, Shalom. RAWCHAA, Shalom.